The amount, look at the color of the material that's coming out. It's pretty gross. So yeah, that was not what I had expected. Maybe that was a little too high for demo.
So now we have an underground river. It's all kind of going.
Well, it's not underground, but it's just the whole thing just kind of came down and yeah, you're right. It's all infiltrated in.
Now can we draw a creek?
And this is like.
Now can we draw one?
Creek.
Keep it up and okay.
Maybe you could start one if you just keep it like that, since most of the water
Well, let's flatten it out, and I will make it so. Okay, should we stop it for a second? And I'm going to start over. Yeah.
Well, it's nice and saturated now.
Yes, so it should be easier to see. So if we start off with a purely flat, all the way down.
Might be able to use that ruler to find out better.
And you can tell just from the topography, the way that the topography is, that it's going to change the direction of the, of the river. Water goes through the least, the easiest channel. So, it takes gravity to make it flow downhill. So if I make a big bump right here, say there's a natural obstruction right here, you can tell it's backing up and it's going to end up coming out somewhere else. But let's get rid of that obstruction. So this is a lower gradient, and you can see it's a little bit wider channel. It's not, well, and also it's a little different from what we just saw because we saw the infiltrating at the same time. The whole thing kind of fell down. I guess I could do a young stream again now that the whole thing is infiltrated. So, yep, we should see more meanders with this one. Water's coming through here. But you might have to use a different material because it's all infiltrated and it is going under. And you can see.
Well, that's why I was wondering, because if this was been through the process at the gravel pit, some of the stuff would have been taken out of it. So is that why maybe is saturate more and not, because all the fines are taken out of it basically. Because see, this is what would be kicked off from the fines.
It's not as pure. Yeah, it's not as pure as what you would think, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's missing all the fines.
Yes.
Because they stole the fines out from masonry sand. Yeah. So this is what was kicked out.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, pure in any case, in any way. It's not all one size.
And even if you go beyond it,
But at least make it
close to.
Yeah, like beach sand would be perfect. Yeah. It would be better.
get sand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
And you can see if you get a little bit closer.
Now you're getting
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
because it's not cut down so hard.
Trying to make it so. Yeah, the water is not. It's not on top the way we saw it before. And you can see there's some erosion coming on the sides, but not quite so much. If you get a little bit closer and create this, and of course rivers have a natural interior. You can see all the fines are out here in the ocean, and it's just eroding. The smaller stuff goes out the farthest, and the stuff that ends up being like you can see the more coarse is up here. And you can even see in just this small amount of time, you can see that there's coarse materials up here, and the fines are out in the ocean. That's kind of cool. That actually naturally happened without us even thinking about it. But you can see just like even these little mini meanders. If you think about this as a really small demonstration compared to what we would see over a big, huge area. And you can see these meanders. There's a meander here, meander here, meander here, meander here. You should be able to see where the erosion is happening. You've got the erosions happening right here, so you get a steeper cliff right here, and the flatter area right here. So where would the, if I turned it up, which I can't, but if I did turn it up, you'd see more erosion happening on this would get cut out, and then, yep, on the cut bank, and then this would get flooded out right on the shallower side. So that will be, this kind of thing would be on your test on next week. Just the difference between young river and old river. Vertical, U-shaped, V-shaped, vertical erosion, side erosion, fines, and the cobbles and the bigger stuff ends up at the headwaters. Pretty cool, right?
Very.
We're done. That's it.
No, I can't be
That was
done.
so cute. She said,
He said I had to go 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
That's what he said. I can't turn it off before 10 minutes because he's putting it on YouTube. Black
Oh,
Hawk, what did
really?
he say?
Yeah, YouTube probably. Is he recording voices too?
I don't know. He was whispering to me, so he said I can't turn it off before 10 minutes.
Do you want to keep doing that, and you want to get a little closer so you can see some of the erosion happening. We've got the steep cliff here, and this is where erosion would be happening, and the undercutting right here if we turned it up.
You know, I was
I
working
didn't
for
see the
Martech, I was
undercutting a
working
little
on
bit.
some-
Yeah, it's
And we had a
small,
little
but
spot where it was collecting. We were making those.
and if we
streams
turned it
and
up,
things,
and you can't
and
see
then-
much erosion because there's no change in
Yeah, we're
velocity
sitting there,
here.
you know,
Okay.
we're all
You
sitting
wanna-
there, we're just all laughing, just
Can-
like, man, we
can
got
we
in trouble
turn it
when our
up?
kids were doing this, now we're getting paid to do this.
You want to turn it up?
To see what happens?
Yeah, let's max it
Yeah.
out.
Since we are taping this.
Okay, so we
Okay.
just maxed it out, and you can see there's erosion happening here.
Look at all the sediment that's being carried.
Yeah.
Because all the fines are leaving
So
up
you
here.
can see there's a little, right here, there's meanders back and forth, and again, this is really small, so you have to imagine it being bigger.
It's too straight. We need
But-
to put a meander.
Here's another meander right here. All that sediment coming down to the ocean. And actually, if this stream table was
See, it's
long enough,
making a
hey,
dumping right here, and it's gonna make it right there.
yeah, you should be able to see this would be like a young, youthful characteristic, medium, and then old right down here. But if this was even longer, then some colleges have even longer tables, and they can really see the differences between the different characteristics from the mountains all the way to the ocean. This would be like the Kenai River. Youthful, medium, ocean. And again, it's not
This is Kenai Lake.
youthful and medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with age. It's
so
just
this is
the
lot-
characteristic.
Oh, it had. Oh,
Top of the
Youthful
world right
just
here.
is
looking at it.
characteristic.
that's just the name, what we
Yeah, I
call
don't.
them, not
That's pretty
necessarily
cool.
how long they've been there.
Right.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with
53
age.
feet, 5,300 feet elevation.
It's a horrible descriptive term, but it's something
You
that
can see
they've
all of Kenai Lake at
geologists
once.
use. I don't know why. Yeah, it looks like
You can
the
see where the
Rush River.
sediment's kind of dumped in towards the end. It's kind of the water's clear now.
It's like a bit of a delta.
Yeah.
Dropping on
Yeah, even in the ocean, it's clear right here compared to right here. And it might be just the light, but it seems like that way
There's some
here.
sediment down
Yeah, you can see where the silt and then the clay way out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, low tide, you can really see Kenai's sand deposit drop. It's
Yeah.
getting huge. They think they might have to dredge it in a few years because nobody will be able to get in and out of the Kenai. For the fishing boats.
there.
Because they're having hard times and
They're already
sometimes.
Are they?
Yeah, they're already getting planted at
Yeah.
tides.
Yeah, they can't do it in low tide anymore.
They'll
Yeah.
probably will dredge it. They do it on the other side of the inlet. There's no reason that they wouldn't. Especially if it's causing an interruption in fishing.
People getting their boats stuck up there a lot
They
last
do.
year.
You ever go in and out the Casilla? That
Here's
one's
another
really
area right
tricky,
here.
man.
You
If
can
you
see
get off
where it's
path, you're stuck there
undercutting,
until high
and the material's
tide,
just
man.
moving right
I see
through.
guys out there.
Yeah, cause it's just, cause you
There's
like to come
another-
out,
there's
you know,
more
this is
erosion
like the
happening right
ocean.
there,
You know, everybody just
undercutting.
turns immediately left, you know, you kinda wander and then you kinda
All right,
go out.
that's 10
But
minutes.
when you work
Cool.
out, you're like in the ocean, but if you take off, man, the